Throughout the years, astronomers have made some incredible discoveries, and it seems like there's no slowing down. Each year brings a new board of space discoveries, and some of which baffle the world's greatest minds. From planets whose existence cannot be explained to many others that could host life, history has seen some incredible discoveries of exoplanets. One of the most interesting ones is that of 2007 OR10, also known as the largest unnamed world in the solar system. A lot of dwarf planets are a mystery to science and can be found tucked away in the outer reaches of our solar system. With Ceres residing in the main asteroid belt that lies between planets Mars and Jupiter being the only one exempted, other minor planets are found lurking in the depths past Neptune. They are small, cold, and very distant from Earth, making their detection and observation very difficult for astronomers, even when large telescopes are used. This explains why most of them have only been discovered in the past decade. To study these far-flung worlds, scientists usually need to combine data from various sources. Some astronomers combined data from 2 different sites of space observation and noticed something surprising: a minor planet known as 2007 OR10, which was significantly larger than they had initially thought. From their findings, 2007 OR10 was the largest world with no name in the solar system, and number 3 in size of the current list of around 6 dwarf planets. They also reported that the object is dark and rotates at a rate slower than any other body that orbits the Sun, with its daily spin taking almost 45 hours to complete. The scientists used NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, which is currently known as K2, together with archived data from the IR Space Observatory. K2 made an additional important contribution in their study: the approximate size of 2007 OR10. The revised diameter of 2007 OR10 is around 950 to 960 miles, which is approximately 60 miles wider than 136472 Makemake, the next largest minor planet, or approximately 3 times smaller than Pluto. Haumea, another minor planet, is oblong-shaped and wider than 2007 OR10 on its long axis, but with a generally smaller volume. Previous estimations that were based on data from the telescopes suggested that 2007 OR10's diameter is roughly 795 miles. Researchers said that without being able to study the rotation span of the object, they'll struggle to understand the overall brightness of the object. K2's observation of the object's very slow rotation helped the team construct models that were more detailed to reveal this minor planet's anomalies. The measures of rotation also gave hints in brightness changes across this surface. According to new measurements from the Kepler and Herschel telescopes that measured the sunlight fraction reflected and the sunlight fraction that was absorbed and radiated back respectively, 2007 OR10's diameter is approximately 155 miles longer than it was initially thought. This implies that it has more gravity and a darker surface as a result of a larger body reflecting the same quantity of light. Previous studies reported a reddish color on 2007 OR10 that may be due to surface methane ices. According to András Pál from the Konkoly Observatory in Hungary, the planet is most likely covered in methane ices, nitrogen, and carbon monoxide. The naming of this planet is yet to be done and depends on its discoverers. Most minor planets are named after a particular characteristic they exhibit. However, little is known of 2007 OR10 to name it officially. The chances of getting to 2007 OR10 are very slim, mostly because scientists took almost a decade to get to Pluto. Astronomers can, however, continue studying this world with the current advanced satellite technologies. Another interesting discovery is that of ERAS 13481-6124. A recent observation has been made that has the potential of solving the mystery of how stars are made, hinting the possibility of planets forming around the biggest bodies of the galaxy. According to an astronomer, Stefan Krauss, at the University of Michigan and fellow at the NASA Sagan exoplanet, Astronomers have been in the dark about the formation of massive stars because they tend to be very far away and covered in dust. Krauss and his research team used NASA's Large Telescope Interferometer to focus on ERAS 134816124, a star that is 10,000 light-years away in constellation Centaurus. The star is approximately 20 times the mass of our Sun and 5 times its radius. After bringing together the lights from different telescopes, they obtained a very sharp view of the core of this star. From the observations, they discovered a massive disk surrounding the gigantic young star, and Krauss stated that it was the first instance something of this kind was witnessed, further saying that it's similar to what's seen on young stars that are a lot smaller. The disk's presence is strong evidence of star formation. The process of star formation is the same for small stars and even for the much larger ones in the galaxy, growing from the dense dust buildups instead of from mergers of small stars as previously proposed by some scientists. NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope was used to confirm these results, and from the findings, the star is seen to fling disk material from its polar regions, same as observed with smaller stars and their dust disks. The discovery of ERAS 134816124 has brought the possibility of the planet's ability forming around massive stars, just like they formed around the Sun when it was a lot younger. Krauss said that in future, we may observe gaps in dust disks that have been created by orbiting planets, even though their long survival is highly unlikely, because being around such a massive star will lead to a planet's destruction from the intense radiation and stellar winds. Still, massive stars like ERAS provide the precursors for the beginning of life somewhere else in the universe. Previously, the disks made of planet debris surrounding massive stars that were more mature were detected from NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, backing the conclusion that planet formation can occur even in extreme environments. The recent and previous observations made from the Spitzer Space Telescope were done in May 2009 before the Space Telescope was out of its liquid coolant, starting its warm mission officially. One of the most fascinating discoveries made by researchers in recent years is that of Kepler 78b, or as it's known in the scientific world, the planet that shouldn't exist. Scientists say that a surprising alien object is the closest object in the solar system to being Earth's twin in composition and size. Kepler 78b has a superlight orbit that mystifies scientists and is only 20% wider and approximately 80% more massive when compared to Earth. Interestingly enough, further tests showed scientists that this planet has a density that is almost the same as that of planet Earth. Andrew Howard of the Manoa Institute of Astronomy said that this is the only planet discovered out of the solar system that is similar to Earth in most respects, at almost the same size and the same density, implying that it is possibly made of the same components as Earth. Kepler 78b, whose discovery was reported in September 2013, orbits a star similar to the Sun in constellation Cygnus, about 400 light-years away from planet Earth. It orbits approximately 900,000 miles from its parent star, which is like 1% of the distance between Earth and the Sun, with its daily spin taking 8.5 hours to complete. Howard said that the surface temperatures of this world are likely to reach 3,680 degrees Fahrenheit. This telescope flags alien planets by noticing the brightness dips that come as they pass in front of their parent stars from the perspective of the spacecraft. Kepler allows astronomers to estimate the size of an exoplanet, however it cannot detect the mass, and thus more strategies need to be employed to study the composition and density of an exoplanet. One proposal is the technique of radical velocity, which measures the wobble in the light of a host star which is induced by an orbiting planet's gravitational pull. The team then decided to use the high-res spectrograph from the observatory in Hawaii. Interestingly, two teams were studying this planet and they discovered that Kepler 78b was around 1.6 times larger than Earth. From Howard's reports, these figures agree with the error range that was independently estimated by the two teams, suggesting that these new estimations are the most accurate. Both studies suggested that with the density of Earth being very close to this planet, Kepler-78b's composition is probably similar to Earth's, complete with an interior that is rock and an iron core. However, Kepler-78b's tight orbit has puzzled scientists. A researcher said in a statement that the exoplanet could not have formed there, as a planet cannot form inside a star. What is certain, however, is that Kepler-78b's days are numbered. It will continue orbiting nearer and nearer until its host star's immense gravity tears it apart, probably in 30 billion years. The extremely hot Kepler-78b is unlikely to hold any alien life, but with that being said, there could be complex life forms that have adapted to these conditions. We always think of life on this planet when thinking of life out there in the universe, when in reality, it will most likely look completely different. But what do you make of these interesting space discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.